Hey there, and welcome to the locker room. Coach Gigs here, and today's message, get more no's. Get more no's. With me here today in the locker room is a very special visitor, guest, and dear friend of mine, David Brown. David, good to have you in the locker room.
Good to be here, Coach.
Good to have you. David, for those of you who don't know who he is, if you read his bio, you'll see who he is in specific. But let me just tell you a little bit about David Brown. He is a senior partner in a company called Southwestern Consulting Group. And their area of expertise is to help train, develop, and mold people into the business of sales and business in general. Is that right?
Yes,
Am I, okay.
You got it.
Okay. So nobody knows this message probably better than David. Let me tell you why. 50,000 no's that he got in 8 different states. Is that right?
That's exactly.
And how old were you at that time?
Yeah, 22 years old.
22 years old. That's a lot of rejection.
I'm telling you.
Have you gone to counseling for that? I might go to a little bit. He needs some counseling probably, wouldn't you, after 50,000 rejections? David, talk to us about this subject here today. What does it mean to you?
It's everything to me. It's we're in sales, each one of us. You're listening to this to get excited about what you do. So many people focus on customers and they focus on setting appointments and all the yeses that are around you. And that's great, but if you shift your focus a little bit to focus on just getting more no's than the next guy, just when you're on the phone, you're making 50 to 100 dials a day. You're knocking on however 20, 30, 40 doors a day. It's not about the yeses. The yeses will come when you get more no's.
Wow.
For sure.
So you're saying to me and to all of us, we got to get comfortable with getting no's?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And how do you do that? How do you do that?
Well, first step is to set a no goal. Like
a no goal?
A no goal. I'm going to get 20 no's today. I'm going to get 30 no's today. I'm going to get 100. Doesn't matter. Just set your no goal.
I love that. I never heard of that.
That's
set a goal around how many no's I can get.
Exactly.
Because based on how many no's, I'm going to get X amount of yeses. Is that your thinking?
And it also means that you can control the controllables. Life, and especially sales, is not about controlling things you can't. You can't control who buys from you. You can't control anything externally, but you control your attitude. You control how many hours you work, and you can control how many doors you knock on and how many phone calls you make. That's it. So controlling the controllables, you have that no goal, something you have complete control over.
What advice would you give to those millions of people out there who both are obviously, many of them in the sales profession, and many who are not in the sales profession, because we're talking about rejection. We're talking about being rejected, being told no. Because I'm sure you know this, a lot of people, once they get told no, they become very shy. When I was a young man growing up, I used to love dancing. I'd go to a nightclub and I'd ask a girl to dance with me. You'd think I'd ask to take her home or something. I just wanted to dance. And she would say no. Oh, darn, I'd go to the next one.
I love it, that's it.
Right, and then I'd go to the next one. Eventually, someone said yes. So what advice would you give, we're obviously from the same school, to those out there who maybe not like you and I have really understood the importance of these no's? What advice would you give so they can overcome those?
It doesn't matter what you do. The key is what you just said there with the dancing. It's just to keep going, keep asking. If you're a dentist, if you're a counselor, just keep talking to people. Keep looking for that rejection. Almost sniff it out, because that is going to make you 2 times stronger than the yeses ever will.
Moms, we got a lot of moms listening. Moms with children who, their kids, teenagers. What advice would you give them in this area of no's? What would you say to those moms out there who have children who are trying to raise them and have them be successful? What advice would you give to them?
First is always believe in them and believe in their heart. That's what's great about moms, is they take care of you, and they're going to tell you no a lot, but just keep your heart in the right place. And oh man, with that message, get more no's with your kids.
What I'm thinking is, where I'm going with this is that moms, sometimes their kids will reject them, or they're struggling, and so they get this rejection. So sometimes as a parent, I'm thinking as a parent, I need to be encouraged to keep moving on. So I guess the same advice. Same advice,
exactly.
Right?
And you're the parent. You got it down, man. That's a brilliant take on it. That's why you're the coach. This is why the guy's here.
Well, there you have it, folks. You'll be hearing from David more in these locker rooms, because David has really made an impact on so many people. In fact, one of them you're going to be seeing in this locker room very shortly, and she is his better half. So we'll see her later. David, so good to have you in this locker room. Kidding aside, thank you so much for being here. You are a champion and a warrior. There you have it. Get more no's and get more kisses. Make it a great day. We'll see you later.
If you know someone you feel has a special story to tell or life to share, please email Eric directly and he will reach out to you and or this individual, even if you think this person is you. And by the way, if you've enjoyed and feel the Daily Locker Room has served as an inspiration in your life, why not share it with a friend by sending them the daily message?